Tonight, democracy under attack in Brazil. Thousands of protesters violently storming the country's presidential offices and Congress in the capital of Brasilia in an attack eerily reminiscent of what the insurrection at the U.S. Capitol looked like just 2 years ago. The protesters, all supporters of former President Jair Bolsonaro, who was defeated in October presidential elections by current President Lula da Silva, inaugurated just 1 week ago. The violent rioters battling with police, firing tear gas in the air as they vandalized government offices, all claiming Bolsonaro didn't really lose the election. Fortunately, the government was not in session. Bolsonaro himself spent years sowing doubt about Brazil's election systems, even saying the recent results where he lost couldn't be trusted. Brazil's courts and independent experts say that's not true, and that was apparent when we traveled to Brazil to cover the race in October.
In a deeply divided election, Lula's supporters here say they're not just voting for his policies, but for the future of Brazilian democracy.
Bolsonaro's false claims of fraud, the driving force behind today's violence. Protesters demanding da Silva leave office, calling him an illegitimate president as they entered government offices for what some called an occupation.
President da Silva saying tonight that he will immediately return to the capital and blaming Bolsonaro for inciting the violent attack with his claims of election fraud.
It all looks and sounds remarkably similar to the events of January 6, 2021. Former President Trump is one of Jair Bolsonaro's self-proclaimed political idols. Bolsonaro joined Trump in denying the U.S. election results and seems to have followed Trump's political playbook to a T. And just like Trump's election lies contributed to the deadly attack on the U.S. Capitol, we're seeing violence play out again, this time in the world's fourth largest democracy.
President Biden condemning the violence, calling the attack, quote, outrageous. Meanwhile, the American embassy in Brasilia urging Americans to stay away from the area at this time. Matt Rivers, ABC News, San Francisco.